as well as Jimmy Kagoni. Victor Law on the other end has Sheikh and Jane from Agano Party, and we'll of course continue with this conversation. Let's pick it up, Jimmy Kagoni, and speak about Lower Eastern and the numbers that have come. You would say Kalonzo Musyoka really understood the assignment and executed it.
Excellently. I think he has really performed himself, bearing that he had very little time to actually do exactly that. He has been able to bring serious numbers to Azimio, as you look at it, and equally has also been able to deliver at home. He has 3 governors, all of them from Wiper, unlike the other time that he was not able to get. So the other time I think he only had one. No, he didn't even have any governor. In 2017, he didn't have any governor from Wiper. Because Charity was from NAC, Mutua was from Maendeleo, and Kifuda was from Muungano. Now he has all 3, from Marobe to Mutura Kalonzo Jr. to Avinya Deti, all of them. The senators equally has been able to deliver on the 3 of them. In fact, using the words of Junet Mohammed, I think it was also a massacre to Kifuda Kibwana, who was not able to clinch the Senate.
All right, hold it tight. So we check your microphone, Orina, on the same understanding for Kalonzo Musyoka.
Well, Kalonzo Musyoka has come out as re-energized Kalonzo, unlike what we previously have known Kalonzo to be. Remember, in the run-up to the deputy president nominee, Kalonzo Musyoka had cried foul, wanting not to support Azimio, wanting to bolt out. But then once he was convinced, you can see he's a performer. We can, with confidence, say that he has brought the numbers, he has galvanized his support. They did the zoning. The zoning really helped quite much in the Lower Eastern region. When you saw the Governor Charity Ngilu bolting out for Malombe, and Malombe has carried the day. When you go to Kitui, you can see how, or rather Makueni, you can see how Mtula Kilonzo Jr. is doing. And then now Wavinya Ndeti making it all the 3 in the basket of Wiper. So the other parties that were running against Wiper candidates like Maendeleo Chap and other parties, you've seen them come out to concede and congratulate Wiper. So Kalonzo has done a good job, and I think he deserves a seat in the table. Now he can speak and he can be listened to by the Azimio other principals.
All right.
Yes.
We'll come back to Kagoni to finish up on his point. But Victor, you realize even with the supremacy contest mounted by Kivuda Kibwana, the governor of Makueni, and Charity Ngilu of Kitui, Kalonzo seriously has asserted himself as the supremo of that region.
Absolutely. And the way Ukambani has delivered to the Azimio basket, when you look at, the governors, the number of MPs, the senators, but generally, the general contribution in the last election, we can say that he played a key role. Well, there was a bit of some confusion here and there on whether he was supposed to be the one to be the running mate of Raila Odinga or not. That brought a bit of some back and forth. But when you go back, they say that politics is local. He went back home, and most of the time he spent a majority of his time in Ukambani region, either in Mavoko, in Kitui, traversing the entire eastern part of Kenya to solidify that particular area. Because you'd imagine if you would want to go to the negotiation table and yet you don't have the manpower or you don't have the muscle to negotiate. Because if I were to be a partner in your company, first of all, I'll ask you, so how much do you bring for you to have some stakes? You understand? That the political negotiation is something that is there. We were talking about the issue of Moses Tangula, Mudavadi. They had negotiated their position in the Kenya Kwanza Alliance. And that is why, if it's anything to go by, they were given, was it 70, 90%? That if I give you this position, then what are you going to bring on the table? Because politics, you must bring the numbers. Fine, you cannot claim to be a member of this party and yet you're going to give me a paltry 2%. That doesn't count. So I think with Kalonzo Musyoka, yes, when we talk about kingpin, is still a force to reckon with. Remember, he negotiated with Charity Ngilu, who dropped her position as the governor, and then now Malombe is in. Malombe also ran in 2017. He came third or something of that sort. But then now, because of the negotiation, Malombe is in. So he as a governor, as a Wiper party.
Okay, probably now that Kagoni is sorted, you can finish up on your point.
Yeah, I think it's more or less what Vic recently said, that basically Kalonzo has really asserted himself as the real kingpin of Ukambani politics. You remember when he was dilly-dallying, but the three governors had tried to consolidate the support and to see whether they could be able to do that, which well, it was working, but you could still tell that Ukambani had not really made that decision. But immediately after he decided and he said, here I am, then he has been able to do so. Then this goes back to what we were saying earlier, that you can never underrate the role of patronage or kinship kind of politics, because basically now that's what Kalonzo has been using, and he has managed to bring Wiper into the table, not only Wiper, but the Machakos, the Ukambani area, to the table. And basically comparing that to the other region we were discussing earlier, the coastal region, that's basically what they have been lacking. If they could be able to get that kind of a person, and you know, for Kalonzo, he has been a little bit limited when it comes to resources. We haven't really seen the kind of muscle that has been employed by the deputy president, or maybe the Raila, or maybe even Uhuru Kenyatta. But you can still tell that he has remained that charismatic leader with that vehicle to be able to champion the rights and the rights and the position of the Ukambani people. And so far, he has managed to do that very well. I understand in the Azimio proposal, he had negotiated both for the chief prime minister, chief minister, and I think 4 other cabinet slots. 4 cabinet slots plus together, although some other people were doing mathematics and they were wondering, it looks like they are already beyond looking at what everybody has been promised, but we hope that it is there. But he has managed to do so. The biggest challenge now in Ukambani is the senior governors have exited. Mutua is on the other side, he has exited. Marobe is back, he should have been a second-time governor, but now he's trying like is a start. Ngiru is on the other side. I'm not sure whether time would actually be on her side, so to speak. So equally, they also face the same challenge that is facing the other region when it comes now to passing the baton. Who will take it from Kalonzo? Will Azimio support Kalonzo come 2027? Or will there be a tussle between Kalonzo and Martha Karua? You know, who exactly will be their candidate, so to speak, if Azimio is something to, if they'll be able to hold this together, their net together up to 2027.
All right.
Yes.
Victor?
All right. Live photos from air pictures from Bomas of Kenya as well as KICC. This meeting is, so to speak, quite abrupt. Nobody saw it coming, and the real intention of this particular meeting at the KICC will only come out once we have the full details and the discussion that will take place there. Having in mind that this is the first of its kind since the election, but they're saying that it's the inaugural meeting of all the elected leaders of Azimio coalition. But then the question is, Jen, do you think it was timely? So to ask, because, you know, just to give you a comment on that, because there are some places where we don't have leaders already been declared. The tallying is still ongoing. So perhaps somebody may not know whether he or she has been elected or not.
Yeah, actually, that's the question, a golden question, whether it is timely for Azimio to hold this meeting, bearing in mind that it's not everybody who has concluded the process at the local level, especially, you know, the counties that are far away.
Yes.
Far away, or counties that had challenges, and challenges actually comes at various levels. We have challenges at turning centers. A lot of, maybe some of them had still equal challenges to finalize the tallying, and by the end of the day announce or declare the winning candidate. So by calling this meeting at this particular time, it's the question is it timely? But at the same time, they invited just those who won. I'm not sure whether they invited just those who won or they invited everybody who was a candidate. Because if they would have invited everybody who is a candidate, they would have given an opportunity, even for those who lost, the opportunity to lobby and see what else can we take within the party. And, that would have been, quite, another agenda, another reason to say that as a party, we want to congratulate those who won, and also to encourage those who lost, to tell them that, we are a big family, and being a big family, that means we have got a very big house that can accommodate each one of us at various levels. And that is in both if they win the presidential or if they don't win. Because if they win, wonderful, they take over the government. If they don't win, they become a very strong opposition zone, meaning that they have got all those possibility of, ensuring that each one of their members and those who really ride through them have got an opportunity to continue.
But again, somebody would argue that there's no timeline on when to convene a meeting. You can call for a meeting. I mean, if at the end of the day they are members of a political party.
Very true. They are within it is their right to call for a meeting, and because the secretariat is still live and it's monitoring the things and seeing how do we manage this, how do we do this, and we are not complaining about that. That is the administrative advice, and they thought that it is wise to do that. Yes.
Okay, we can still only wait to. Of course, we'll get full details because chances are it's going to be an open forum, so we'll be able to interrogate and even listen to who is going to be chairing that meeting, the agenda, and so far so good. Our cameras are there, so you'll get them straight from the Kenyatta International Conference Center. All right, so Ramadan, what is so far your analysis where we are right now in terms of the progress at the Bomas of Kenya? We are yet to we connect with our reporter there to give us an update, but so far there's some progress from Bomas of Kenya. If you may just chip in.
Yeah, it's just they just continue to give us